My dear child, take a slow, deep breath right now. Feel it fill your lungs and settle your heart. Because what you are about to hear is not a sermon, not a set of rules, and not a warning. It is the most loving, most tender voice you have ever longed to hear, speaking directly into the deepest, most tired, most confused corner of your heart. There are moments in life when a person sits completely alone in a quiet room, stares at the ceiling in the dark, and wonders silently, does anyone truly see me? Does anyone actually know how heavy this feels? Does God even care about my small, messy, broken, ordinary life? Today, right now, in this very moment, that question finally gets its answer. And the answer is yes. 1,000 times, with all of heaven's certainty, yes. I am not a God who plays games with my own children. I do not hide my will in complicated riddles, or bury my guidance somewhere you cannot reach. I am a father, a real father, and I love nothing more than the moment my child comes to me with tired eyes and an honest heart and simply says, I do not know what to do. Please help me. That moment, that small act of surrender, is not weakness. It is the beginning of everything good. It is the doorway to wisdom. The instant you stop pretending you have all the answers and start leaning on the one who truly does, your whole life begins to breathe again. My word says something so simple and so beautiful that people often read it too quickly and miss its power. If any of you lacks wisdom, ask me. That is the entire promise. No conditions attached. No spiritual checklist to complete first. No minimum level of goodness required before you are allowed to approach me. It does not say, ask me only if you have been faithful this week. It does not say, ask me only if you have not stumbled recently. It does not say, clean yourself up first and then come. It simply says, ask. Come as you are. Come confused. Come broken. Come empty. Just come. And when you do come, I do not respond with a heavy sigh of reluctant helpfulness. I do not begrudgingly hand you a small crumb of guidance and send you on your way. I give generously. I pour wisdom out like water from an overflowing river. And I do not find fault. I am not standing there cataloging your mistakes before I decide whether you deserve an answer. I am a father leaning forward, delighted that my child came to me at all. That delight, that eagerness to help you, that is who I am. I teach you. I show you the right path. I counsel you with my eyes always fixed on you, always watching over you with love. My word is like a lamp held out in front of you in a dark forest. It does not light up the entire forest at once. It does not show you every twist and turn of the road ahead, but it gives you exactly enough light for the next step. And that is all you truly need. Not the whole map, not the complete blueprint for your life, just the next right move. One faithful step taken in the light I provide, and then I give you light for the step after that. Beloved child, every video is created with prayer, time, and dedication to reach those who may be searching for encouragement and faith. By supporting this ministry through Ko-Fi or PayPal, you help keep this mission growing and touching more lives each day. God bless you abundantly. My spirit, who lives inside you right now, guides you from the deep inside out. When you step away from the noise of the world, when you quiet the rushing thoughts and the constant demands and just sit in stillness for a moment, you will feel that gentle inner nudge. That soft, sure, quiet voice that says this way. Learn to recognize that voice. Learn to trust it. It is not your imagination. It is me. Your part in this partnership is beautifully, mercifully simple. Trust me with all your heart and stop leaning so heavily on your own limited understanding. In every area of your life, in the big decisions and the small daily choices, bring me into it. Acknowledge me, and I will clear the path ahead of you. Your job is not to figure everything out in advance. Your job is to trust me with the next step. My job is to clear the road, So stop exhausting yourself trying to solve the whole puzzle at once. Just ask, trust, and take the next step in the light I give you. I will not let you fall. Now, my dear child, let me tell you something that the busy, noisy, achievement-obsessed world around you will never tell you. Everything you are working so hard for right now is temporary. The career you are building, the savings you are accumulating, the house you are paying for, the body you are trying to keep healthy, the reputation you are trying to protect, every single one of these things will one day be gone. This is not meant to discourage you. It is meant to wake you up to a far greater and far more wonderful reality. I know this truth can stir a quiet ache somewhere deep in your chest. There is something in the human heart that hungers for permanence, that longs for something that will not fade or be taken away. That longing is not a flaw. That homesickness you feel, that sense of not quite belonging here, that feeling that there must be something more, something better, something lasting, that feeling is real and it is right. You were not made only for this world. You were made for eternity. And the good news, the absolutely staggering good news, is that you have an inheritance waiting for you that cannot perish, cannot spoil, and will never fade. Stop for a moment and let those words sink all the way down into your heart. You are an heir of God. You are a co-heir with Christ. That means everything that belongs to the King of all kings, all the glory, all the joy, all the peace, all the love of his eternal kingdom. You have a legal right to share in all of it. Not because you earned it, not because you were good enough, but because the blood of God's own Son sealed that inheritance for you. It is kept safe in heaven, in a place where no thief can break in, where nothing rusts or decays, where no market crash or natural disaster can touch it. It is perfectly and permanently secure. This world is not your final home, beloved. You are passing through. You are a citizen of heaven living temporarily on earth. And once you truly understand this, it changes everything about how you live here. This life is not about accumulating the most comfort or collecting the most possessions. It is about investing in what will last forever. And the treasures that last forever are not what the world chases. They are the small acts of kindness done quietly in love. The moment you chose to forgive someone who hurt you, instead of holding on to bitterness. The generous gift you gave when it cost you something. The prayer you whispered in the dark for someone who was hurting. The hour you spent serving someone who could never repay you. These things have eternal weight. These are the treasures stored safely in heaven. These are the investments that will never lose their value. So when the temporary things of this world disappoint you, and they will, do not lose heart. Your true wealth is absolutely safe. Your true home is being prepared for you even now. Your inheritance is guaranteed. Live this day with that eternal reality in full view. And if you have found these words speaking life into your heart, if this message is giving you the strength to keep going today, I want to ask you to do one simple thing right now. Subscribe to this channel so that you never miss a message like this one. Stay connected. Stay encouraged. There are so many more truths waiting to pour into your life. Now, my child, I know you long to hear my voice clearly. You are searching for guidance through the fog of your life. You are looking for a word of comfort solid enough to hold on to when everything feels uncertain. And you feel a frustration when the sky stays silent, when no booming voice descends from above to tell you exactly what to do. I understand that longing. It is a holy longing, and I want to answer it today. I have already spoken, more completely, more personally, and more powerfully than you may have realized. I have given you a direct line to my heart and mind. I speak to you through the living pages of the Bible. Do not make the mistake of seeing it as just a collection of ancient stories and moral rules, a dusty relic from another time and culture. It is so much more than that. My word is alive. It is active. It is sharper than any double-edged sword. It is not a letter written to someone else a long time ago. It is a living, breathing conversation I want to have with you today, right now, in your exact situation. The same Holy Spirit who breathed these words into existence through human writers thousands of years ago is the very same Spirit who now lives inside you. His job is to take those ancient words and make them explode with stunning, precise, personal relevance for your life in this very moment. You can open a passage written 3,000 years ago and feel with absolute certainty that it was written for you today, for this exact struggle, this exact fear, this exact question. That is not coincidence. That is my Spirit at work. My word has the power to reach past all your outer defenses, past the masks you wear and the walls you have built, and go all the way down to the very core of who you are. It reveals the truest thoughts of your heart, even the ones you have been hiding from yourself. It is a divine mirror that shows you the truth about who you are and who I am. Not to shame you, not to condemn you, but to set you free. It is useful for every single area of your life. It teaches you truth. It shows you clearly where you have gone wrong. It corrects your course with gentleness. It trains you, step by step, in how to live a life that is truly good, truly free, and truly full. In a world where truth seems to shift like sand beneath your feet, where popular opinion changes with every news cycle and philosophical trends come and go like fashion, my word is your one unchanging anchor. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. And here is something beautiful about faith. If your faith feels small or weak right now, you do not fix that by working harder or trying harder to believe. You fix it by feeding your heart on my word. Faith rises naturally when you hear my promises. When you fill your mind and heart with the truth of my character, my power, and my love for you, faith grows the way a plant grows when it receives sunlight and water. It is organic. It is natural. It is effortless when the conditions are right. This is why I tell you to meditate on my word day and night. Not to read it quickly, as a spiritual checkbox to tick off each morning. Meditate means to chew on it slowly, to turn it over and over in your mind, to let it travel from your head down into your heart, to let it become the lens through which you see everything else. As you do this, I promise your way will become clearer, your footing will become surer, and a deep, steady prosperity of soul will take root in your life. Your soul needs nourishment just as much as your body does. You would never go days without eating and expect to feel strong and healthy. Do not starve your soul either. My word is the bread of life. Come and eat it deeply. Be satisfied by it. Let it nourish the parts of you that nothing else can reach. I see you, my child, trying to walk this path of faith alone. I know why you retreated into isolation. You trusted people who carried my name, who claimed to follow me, and they wounded you. They judged you when you needed grace. They were hypocritical when you needed honesty. They neglected you when you needed love. The hurt was real and deep, and so you made a decision somewhere in your heart. It is safer to love God from a distance. It is better to keep my faith private and my heart guarded. A lone soldier for God, asking nothing from the broken and unpredictable people around me. I understand why you made that choice, and I honor the pain behind it. But today I need to tell you a truth that I cannot allow you to avoid any longer. You were never meant to walk alone. Solitude is a sacred place where I can meet with you in deep and precious ways. But permanent isolation was never my design for you. You were made for community. You were placed intentionally and purposefully into a family of believers. This was not an afterthought. It is not an optional program for the especially social. It is an essential, irreplaceable part of your spiritual life. designed specifically for your protection, your growth, and your joy. The church, this family I am talking about, is not a gathering of perfect people. It is not a museum displaying the achievements of the saintly. It is more like a hospital, full of people who are broken, struggling, and desperately in need of grace. People just like you. And it is within this imperfect, sometimes frustrating, sometimes messy family that you will encounter the most real and tangible expressions of my love. I have called my children to carry each other's burdens, and that is simply not possible in isolation. You were not designed to carry the full weight of your life by yourself. I want you to have people around you who can come alongside you and help carry the heavy things when you are stumbling under the load. And in those seasons when you are stronger, I want you to be the one who helps carry theirs. This is how my love becomes visible in the world, not as an abstract theological concept, but as real human hands reaching out to real human pain. There is also something uniquely powerful about gathering together. When even 2 or 3 people come together in my name, I am there with them in a special and tangible way. My presence with you in your quiet, private moments of prayer is real and precious. But there is a distinct and powerful way my spirit moves in the gathering of believers that cannot happen in isolation. It is in community that you are sharpened, the way iron sharpens iron. It is there that you are built up, encouraged, and strengthened for the journey. Think of my church as a body, the body of Christ. You are not a spare part. You are not an appendix that can be removed without consequence. You have a function, a gift, a role that is genuinely essential to the health of the whole. And you, in turn, are incomplete without the gifts and support of the other parts. You need your brothers and sisters, and whether they know it yet or not, they need you. So today I am inviting you to take a risk. Ask me to lead you to the right people, the ones I have chosen for you. Step out of the comfortable safety of your isolation. The depth of strength, love, and support you will find in genuine Christian community is something you will find absolutely nowhere else on earth. You are so tired, my dear child. I see it, and I want you to know it is not just a physical exhaustion, though that is real too. This is a deeper tiredness, a weariness that has settled into your soul like a heavy fog that never fully lifts. I see the relentless pace of your days, the endless demands that keep piling higher, the constant invisible pressure to do more, be more, achieve more, produce more. You are running on empty, fueled by sheer willpower and whatever you can drink or consume to keep moving forward. The world around you has told you that your worth is measured by your productivity. So even when you slow down, you feel guilty about it. Even your rest is not restful, because your mind is still racing through to-do lists and tomorrow's problems. You are not just carrying the weight of your tasks. You are carrying the crushing, invisible weight of your own striving, your own need to be enough, your own desperate attempt to keep everything under control. To this exhaustion, this deep bone-level weariness, I speak a gentle and powerful invitation. Come to me. All of you who are carrying heavy loads, who are worn down to nothing, come to me. I will give you rest. And the rest I offer is not just a nap or a holiday or a quiet weekend away, though those things are good too. The rest I offer goes all the way down to the level of your soul. It is the rest that comes from finally, truly, completely stopping the striving. I told you something beautiful about how this works. I am inviting you to trade yokes with me. Right now, you are yoked to something heavy. Maybe it is your own ambition. Maybe it is the crushing expectations of other people. Maybe it is anxiety, or the desperate need to feel in control. Whatever it is, that yoke is heavy, ill-fitting, and it is slowly crushing you. I am inviting you to take it off and put on mine instead. My yoke is easy. Not because the path is without difficulty, not because nothing will ever be hard, but because I am in the yoke right beside you. I am pulling the weight. I am carrying the heavy end. Life with me is not a frantic, gasping, anxiety-driven sprint. It is a steady, peaceful, trusting walk alongside me. I will lead you to places of deep quiet and restoration. I will lead you beside still waters. I will restore your soul. This is my promise. But you must be willing to let go of the heavy yoke long enough to take mine. This is one of the most challenging things I ask of you in our noisy, rushing world. Be still. Stop. Seize the frantic activity. Stop trying to control everything. Sit in the quiet and simply acknowledge that I am God and you are not. In that stillness, in that act of surrender, you will find a strength you cannot manufacture on your own. Your real power does not come from your doing. It comes from your resting in me. Come to me. I am your sanctuary. I am your peace. I am your rest. My child, a single act of kindness can help God's message reach someone who needs hope today. If you feel blessed by this channel, you can stand with us through the Ko-Fi or PayPal links in the description and pinned comment. Thank you for helping us spread God's love one soul at a time. My child, your past follows you like a shadow, does it not? There are moments and choices and words from your history that make you wince when they resurface. You carry them with you everywhere, a quiet weight of regret. There are chapters of your story you would tear out if you could. Maybe it was a profound failure, a relationship you destroyed, a secret sin that still brings a flush of shame to your face. Maybe the wound was not even caused by your own mistakes, but by what someone else did to you. A wound so deep and so damaging that you have quietly concluded your story is permanently ruined. The broken pieces of your past seem like evidence against you, and the enemy, whose only job is to lie to you, whispers it clearly. This is who you are. Your best days are behind you. You are disqualified. Too broken, too damaged, too far gone to ever be truly used for something beautiful and good. Today, I silence that liar with truth. I am the God of redemption. That is not just something I do occasionally for especially deserving people. It is who I am at the very core of my nature. I am a master artist, and my greatest specialty is taking the shattered pieces of a broken life and creating from them the most breathtaking and meaningful part of the story. I work all things together for the good of those who love me. Not just some things, not just the nice things, all things. That does not mean every terrible thing that has happened to you was good. It was not. Evil is real. Pain is real. The things done to you and the mistakes you made carry real weight and real consequence. But what this promise means is that I have the infinite wisdom and the absolute power to take even the very worst things, your most foolish choices, and the most cruel acts of others against you, and weave them into a purpose so beautiful and so good that one day you will see it clearly and be completely undone by my goodness. The enemy intended it for evil. I will use it for good. Your failures do not disqualify you from my purposes. In my kingdom, they often become the very thing that qualifies you most powerfully. The humility born from genuine failure gives you a compassion for others that those who have never struggled cannot access. The experience of being truly lost and then found gives your testimony a raw and undeniable power. I am turning your scars into stories that set other people free. I am turning your tests into testimonies that give others the courage to keep going. I am working on a great tapestry. From where you stand, you can only see the underside, a tangle of dark threads and confusing knots with no obvious pattern or beauty. But from where I stand, I see the top side, and I see a breathtaking, intricate, radiant design in which even the darkest threads are necessary to make the brightest colors shine in brilliant contrast. Trust me with your story. I am still writing it, and I promise you the ending is good. You often feel powerless, my child. You look at the mountains in your life, the sickness, the financial pressure, the broken relationship, the injustice that seems to go unpunished, and you feel so small and so helpless in comparison. You approach your life of faith timidly, as though you are a beggar standing at a distance from a feast, hoping for scraps. You see darkness in the world and in your circumstances, and you feel that all you can do is duck your head and hope it does not overwhelm you. You have forgotten something profound about who you are and who you belong to. You are not powerless. You are a child of the King, and you do not operate from a posture of weakness. You operate from a position of divinely given authority. I have given you authority over all the power of the enemy. Think about what that means. This is not an authority that originates with you. It is mine, given to you through the name and the finished work of my Son Jesus. You are like an ambassador who carries the full legal backing of the government they represent. When an ambassador speaks, they are not speaking with their own personal power. They are speaking with the full weight and authority of the entire nation standing behind them. You, my child, are an ambassador of heaven. When you speak my word, when you pray in alignment with my will and my purposes, all of heaven's power stands behind your words. This is why you must not be timid. You are to approach my throne with absolute confidence, not because of anything you have done, but because you are a beloved child with full and free access, and the power source for all of this lives within you right now. The very same Spirit who raised Christ from the dead, who split the grave open, who defeated death itself, is living inside you at this very moment. Meditate on that truth until it changes you. You are not walking through life as a powerless victim. You carry the resurrection power of the living God. This means you are not to be a passive spectator of your own life, tossed around by whatever circumstances arise. You have been given the authority to pray with power, to speak my word with boldness, to push back against darkness, and release the light of my kingdom into situations. Your words, when they are filled with my truth and spoken in faith, are not empty sounds. They carry creative, transformative power. They can bring light where there is darkness, order where there is chaos, hope where there has only been despair. Stand up, my child. See yourself clearly, not as the world sees you, not as the enemy defines you, but as I have made you, an empowered, authorized, beloved ambassador of the King of all kings. Walk in that authority today. Pray with boldness. Face your challenges not with trembling fear, but with the settled confidence of someone who knows they carry the power of heaven within them. My child, I see you chasing happiness. It is a very human thing to do, and I do not condemn you for it. You think to yourself, if only that one thing would change. If only that problem would go away. If only I could have that thing I am longing for. Then I would finally be happy. And sometimes you do get what you wanted. A feeling of happiness arrives. But you have noticed, have you not, that it never stays. It is like the morning mist. The moment a new problem appears, or even the moment the shine wears off the new thing you finally got, the happiness evaporates, and you are back at the beginning, starting the chase all over again. This emotional cycle is exhausting, and today I want to offer you something completely different from happiness. I offer you joy, true, deep, unshakable joy. Happiness is external. It depends entirely on what is happening around you. Joy is internal. It is rooted in who I am and who you are in me. Happiness is a feeling that comes and goes. Joy is a fruit of my spirit growing from the inside out. And here is the most remarkable thing about joy. It can coexist with sorrow. It can be fully present in the middle of a hard and painful season of life. Not because the pain is denied or ignored, but because joy is not built on circumstances. It is built on the unchanging reality of my love and my purposes. This joy is not a luxury for the spiritually advanced. It is a necessity for your spiritual survival. The joy of the Lord is your strength. It is the fuel that enables you to keep moving through difficulty with a spirit that is resilient and alive, rather than bitter and ground down. A joyless life of faith is a fragile and weak one. But a heart genuinely full of my joy is an extraordinary force. Where is this joy found? It is found in my presence. It is a direct byproduct of closeness with me. The more deeply you abide in me, the more time you spend in my word and in prayer, the more this supernatural joy will fill the places in your heart that circumstances can never touch. I told my disciples that I wanted my joy to be in them, and their joy to be complete. Not a partial joy, not a fragile joy, but a complete joy. The very joy that I myself experience as God. The deep and settled delight in the goodness of the Father and His eternal purposes. That is the joy I am inviting you into. So when life is difficult, do not wait until things improve to choose joy. Choose it now. It is an act of faith. It is a choice to shift your gaze from the size of your problem to the greatness of your God. And that choice, made daily, will become the source of a strength that surprises even you. My dear child, I want to pull back a curtain for a moment and show you something you cannot see with your natural eyes. Because I know that fear is a familiar companion for you. You hear an unexpected noise and your heart lurches. You watch the world's news and feel a creeping vulnerability, a sense of being exposed and fragile in a dangerous and unpredictable world. The enemy wants to keep you in this state, constantly scanning the horizon for threats, living in a low, great anxiety that quietly drains your courage and your peace. But here is the truth about your reality, the full reality, the reality that includes the dimension you cannot see. You are never alone. You are never unprotected. Right now, in this very moment as you receive these words, there is an encampment of mighty, powerful, heaven-sent warriors surrounding you. The angel of the Lord sets up camp around those who fear Him, and He delivers them. An encampment is not a gentle image. It is a military term. It means a fortified perimeter, armed guards circling completely. And I, the commander of heaven's armies, have issued a direct personal order with your name on it. My angels have been assigned specifically to you, to guard you in all your ways. These are not the soft, decorative angels of greeting cards. They are powerful, glorious, terrifyingly strong beings who excel in strength, and who carry out my commands without hesitation. And their assignment, as it relates to you, is clear. They are your guardians. They are clearing obstacles in your path that you will never even know existed. They are intervening in situations where you never realized you were in danger. Their work on your behalf is constant and largely invisible. And beyond the army of angels, you have something even more intimate. I cover you with my own wings, like a great eagle that spreads its powerful wings over its vulnerable young, keeping them warm and perfectly safe from every storm. That is your spiritual home. That is where you live, under the shelter of my wings. You are surrounded by a heavenly host so vast and so powerful that if your spiritual eyes could be opened for just a moment, you would be completely overwhelmed by what you saw. There are more forces for you than there are against you. So when fear comes knocking, when anxiety tries to settle in your chest, I want you to stand on this truth. Your protection is not occasional. It is not conditional on a good day. It is your permanent reality as my beloved child. The world has not become a safe place, but you are perfectly safe in me. Walk in that confidence today. And now, my child, let me speak to you about something that may be the most personal and painful part of your experience. Let me talk about your past. Not just your mistakes, but also the things that were done to you, the wounds inflicted by others, the losses that left permanent, feeling gaps in your life, and especially that particular ache, the grief over time that feels wasted. For some of you, there is real physical pain that is your constant companion, a body that does not work the way it should, a diagnosis that changed your life, nights that are long and uncomfortable and full of a fear that morning does not always fully dispel. I see it. I know every detail of your suffering. For others, the deepest pain is not in the body but in the heart, the jagged wound of a betrayal that never fully healed, the hollow, echoing ache of grief that simply lives in you now like a permanent resident, the scar tissue of old trauma that makes trust feel impossibly dangerous and love feel unsafe. And for so many of you, there is the particular weight of regret, years that feel squandered, time that seems to have been devoured by poor choices, by addiction, by fear, by simply wandering without direction. You look back and you think, I can never get those years back. They are gone. The opportunities lost in them are gone with them. What is the point of even hoping now? To all of this brokenness in your body, in your heart, in your history, I speak my name. I am Jehovah Rapha. I am the Lord your healer. Healing is not just something I do when the circumstances are right. It is woven into who I am. By the wounds of Jesus at the cross, healing was secured for you. Not just healing of sin, but healing of its every consequence. Come to me as your great physician. Come by faith and draw on the healing that has already been won for you. For your broken heart, I am the one who heals the brokenhearted and carefully, tenderly binds up their wounds. I do not slap a bandage over your pain and move on. I am a gentle, skilled surgeon who goes to the deepest source of the wound, cleanses it with love, and closes it with grace, leaving you stronger in the exact places where you were most vulnerable. And for the years that feel lost, I make you this staggering promise. I will restore the years the locusts have eaten, the seasons you are mourning as wasted, the opportunities you believe are gone forever. Place them in my hands. I have the power to redeem time in ways that make no natural sense. I can accelerate growth. I can multiply fruit. I can pack more beauty and purpose and blessing into your future than was lost in your entire past. My restoration is always greater than the original loss. I am the God who makes all things new. Bring me your aching body, your broken heart, your wasted years. I am the master restorer, and I will make you more whole than you have ever been. Now, my dear child, let me free you from a particular kind of exhaustion that many sincere and devoted followers of mine carry. The exhaustion of spiritual striving. You feel the pressure to be a better person, more patient, more loving, more disciplined, more consistent in prayer, more effective in your faith. You try hard. You really do. You make sincere resolutions and genuine efforts. And when the same old patterns of impatience or selfishness or fear show up again, you feel like a failure, a fruitless, useless attempt at faith, as though you are trying to force fruit to grow on a branch that simply has no life in it. Today I give you a picture that will change everything if you let it truly settle in your heart. I am the vine. You are the branches. Sit with that image for a moment. What does a branch actually do to produce fruit? Does it strain and struggle and labor? No. A branch has exactly one job: stay connected to the vine. The life, the sap, the nourishment, all of it flows from the vine to the branch. The branch does not generate anything. It simply receives what flows into it from its source. And because it is connected, the fruit is a natural and inevitable result. It cannot help but bear fruit as long as it remains in the vine. You are the branch. I am the vine. Apart from me, you genuinely cannot produce anything of lasting value. But do not hear that as a threat. Hear it as the most liberating relief you have ever been offered. It takes all the pressure off of you. Your job is not to produce fruit. Your job is to stay connected to me, to abide in my love, to spend time in my presence, to keep drawing your life from me. If you remain in me and I in you, the fruit is not just possible, it is promised. What is this fruit? First, it is my own character growing organically inside you. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. You cannot manufacture these through willpower and discipline. They are the natural growth of my life, flowing freely through you. The more you abide in me, the more your character will begin to quietly and naturally resemble mine. And the second fruit is the impact your life will have on others around you. A kind word at the right moment, an act of generous service, a prayer that carries real faith in it, a life that points others toward hope. These are eternal fruits that bring honor to me and show the world something true and beautiful about who I am. So let go of the striving. Stop condemning yourself for every failure of willpower. Shift your entire focus to simply abiding in me, your vine. The fruit will take care of itself. I guarantee it. If this message has been stirring something real in you today, please take a moment right now and subscribe to this channel. Click that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a word of encouragement and truth. There are so many more conversations like this one waiting for you here. My child, let me tell you about grace. Real grace. Not the polite religious word that gets said quickly and understood shallowly, but the actual, living, revolutionary grace that I am pouring out over your life right now. There is a voice inside you, perhaps built by years of performance and expectation and religious pressure, that tells you your relationship with me works on a system of earning and deserving. That my favor is something you accumulate through good behavior and lose through failure. That somewhere in my heart is a tally sheet with your name on it, tracking every mistake, every lapse, every moment of weakness. Today I want to tear that lie apart completely. My posture toward you is not one of waiting for you to mess up. It is not arms crossed and disappointed. It is arms open and leaning toward you with an ocean of undeserved, freely given, inexhaustible kindness. That is what grace means. You have been saved entirely by grace through faith. None of it came from you. None of it was earned. All of it was given as a pure and complete gift, and you cannot do anything now to maintain it or lose it. It is held for you, not by your performance, but by the unchanging faithfulness of my character. And this grace is always sufficient. It is perfectly calibrated to your exact need. It is more than enough for your most shameful secret sin, for your deepest and most persistent weakness, for your most overwhelming and terrifying trial. You do not have a grace deficit. You have a grace surplus. My grace does not merely match your need. It overwhelms it completely. Where sin has increased, my grace has increased all the more. Your greatest failure is not the place where grace runs out. It is the very place where the fullness of my grace gets to be displayed most clearly. This means that when you have failed, when you are at your most ashamed and most defeated, that is not the moment to run away from me and try to clean yourself up before approaching me. That is precisely the moment to run toward me. My throne is not a throne of condemnation where your failures are listed and judged. It is a throne of grace where mercy waits for your failure and power waits for your weakness. Come boldly, come often, come exactly as you are. And let me tell you something that will anchor your heart in one of the deepest ways possible. I do not change. In a world where absolutely everything changes, where people change their minds and break their promises, where your own emotions swing from high to low sometimes within the same hour, where even your body and your circumstances are in constant flux, I am the one fixed and unmovable reality. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. The God who spoke galaxies into being is the same God speaking to you right now. The Jesus who touched the untouchable, who welcomed the outcast, who forgave the unforgivable, is the same Jesus standing before you today with arms open wide. My character does not evolve. My love does not grow cold. My power does not diminish with time. My goodness does not fade. My mercy toward you does not change based on your performance. My faithfulness toward you will never waver. Every good and perfect thing that has ever come into your life has come from me, and I am a source of pure, constant, unwavering light with no shadow of turning in me. You never have to wonder if there is a hidden dark side to me that you have not discovered yet. You never have to fear that I will suddenly change my mind about you. I am your rock. While the entire world shifts and swirls around you like sand in a storm, you have a firm, unshakable place to stand. Build everything on this foundation. I promise you it will hold. My child, every video on this channel is created with love, faith, and dedication to sharing God's Word. If these messages inspire and encourage you, you can support our mission through the Ko-Fi or PayPal links in the description and pinned comment. Thank you for being part of this journey. Now let me speak plainly about that thing you are struggling with. You know what it is. That recurring failure, that sin that has become a cycle you cannot seem to break. You hate it. You confess it with complete sincerity. You promise yourself and me that this time will truly be different. And then it happens again. The cycle of falling and feeling shame and getting back up and falling again is beyond exhausting. It leaves you feeling like a fraud, like someone who does not even deserve to call themselves mine, like a slave who cannot get free, no matter how hard they try. The enemy sits right in the middle of that cycle and whispers his favorite lie. You will never change. This is just who you are. But today I pronounce your emancipation. It is a legal decree from the highest court in all of existence. Through Christ Jesus, you have been set completely, permanently, and totally free. The law of the Spirit who gives life has set you free from the law of sin and death. Before you knew me, sin was your master. You had no real choice but to follow where it led. But when you placed your faith in Christ, everything about your fundamental identity changed. You were moved into a completely new jurisdiction. You now live under a new and more powerful law, the law of the Spirit of life. Sin is no longer your king. It has been dethroned. It still shouts orders at you, but it no longer has any actual authority over you. It is a tyrant locked in a prison cell, screaming commands it has no power to enforce. If the Son sets you free, you are free indeed. Not partially free, not on probation. Completely and permanently free from sin's domination over your life. And your part in this is to believe it and walk in it. When temptation comes, do not say, I am helpless against this. Say out loud, I am free. Sin is not my master. I have the Spirit of God living in me, and I have the power to say no. You are not fighting to get free. You are already free. You are fighting to stay free, to walk in the freedom that has already been won for you. When you stumble, and you will stumble sometimes, do not crawl back into the slave's mentality. Get up. Receive forgiveness immediately and freely. Remind yourself of the truth of who you are, and keep walking in the glorious liberty that has been secured for you. My dear child, there is a voice that speaks to you in the quiet moments when no one else is around. When the masks come off, and you are just alone with yourself, and that voice compares you to others. It points out every way you fall short. It replays your worst moments and magnifies every flaw. It tells you that you are not enough, not smart enough, not attractive enough, not successful enough, not spiritual enough. You have been listening to that voice for so long, alongside all the external voices of criticism, and comparison that the world supplies so freely, that you have begun to believe it. You have accepted a deep, settled sense of your own worthlessness, as though it were simply the truth about you. Today I want to tell you the actual truth. The truth about your worth as I see it and measure it. You are worth more than many sparrows. I track every single sparrow. I know when even one falls. And you are infinitely more precious to me than any of them. I have counted every hair on your head. That is not a statement about my ability to count. It is a statement about the depth and detail and tenderness of my attention to you. I know you more completely and more intimately than you know yourself. Every thought, every fear, every secret dream, every wound you have never spoken aloud, I know it all, and I am not put off by any of it. You are not an accident. You are not a random combination of circumstances. I formed you. I knitted every part of you together with intention and creativity and care. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, and my response to the person I made you to be is not one of detached tolerance. This is the part I most want you to hear. I delight in you. I rejoice over you with singing. When I look at you, my heart is filled with the genuine, overflowing joy of a father who adores his child. You are my masterpiece, my poem, my work of art, crafted to display my creativity and my goodness to the world. Your worth is not calculated by your performance, or your appearance, or your accomplishments, or your reputation. Your worth was established permanently at the cross, where my Son gave his life for you. The price paid for you was the life of the Son of God. That is what you are worth. That is the value I have placed on you. So today I command you in love, stop listening to the lying voice. Never again accept the label of worthless or not enough. You are my beloved child. You are my delight. Begin to see yourself as I see you, and walk in the dignity and honor of who you truly are. You have a helper, my child, and this may be the most practically important truth for your daily life. When Jesus walked the earth, his disciples had the extraordinary privilege of his visible, physical presence. They could hear his voice, see his face, ask him questions, and receive clear answers. And I know that sometimes you have felt a kind of longing for that. In your confusion, you have thought, if only Jesus were here right now to tell me what to do. In your loneliness, you have felt a quiet grief, as though you are an orphan trying to live out a faith that feels impossibly hard entirely on your own. But here is the profound and practical truth. I have not left you as an orphan. I have given you something even better than the physical presence of Jesus beside you. I have sent you my very own Spirit to live inside you. He is not a vague, impersonal force. He is a divine person, just as fully God as I am and just as fully God as Jesus is. He is your helper, your comforter, your counselor, your constant companion and guide. He is with you always. Not sometimes, not when you are being particularly good, always. When you feel completely alone, he is the one gently reminding your heart that you are not. When grief settles over you, he is the one wrapping you in a comfort that is deeper than words. When you are confused and cannot find your way forward, he is the one whispering truth to your spirit. When you open my word and the page feels dry and distant, he is the one who takes those ancient words and makes them burn with immediate relevance for your life today. When you are in the middle of a crisis and your mind is clouded with fear, he is the one who brings exactly the right promise to your remembrance at exactly the right moment. You have been sealed with the Holy Spirit, marked permanently as mine, with an unbreakable stamp of divine ownership on your life. And his presence in you now is the down payment, the deposit, the first installment of the full glory of heaven that is your inheritance. His presence in you today is heaven's guarantee that everything else that has been promised to you is absolutely certain and completely secure. So stop trying to live this life in your own strength. Stop feeling like a lone orphan stumbling through the dark. You have a constant, all-knowing, all-powerful helper living in you. Lean on him. Listen to him. Depend on him. He is not a last resort. He is your first and greatest resource for everything. And now, my beloved child, let me bring you to the truth that holds all other truths in their proper place. The truth that puts every struggle, every sorrow, every question, every trial into its right perspective. I am coming back. This is not religious language. This is not a comforting myth or an abstract theological idea. It is the certain, final chapter of the story I am writing, and it changes everything about how you live right now. I am coming back personally, visibly, unmistakably, triumphantly. Just as a groom comes in joyful certainty for his beloved bride, I am coming for my church, for you. The same Jesus who walked out of that tomb, who ascended into heaven, will come again. The Lord himself will descend with a commanding shout, with the voice of the archangel and the trumpet of God. It will not be quiet or subtle or easy to miss. It will be the most glorious, most powerful, most unmistakable event in all of human history. And when I return, everything broken will be made right. Every tear will be wiped away. There will be no more death, no more grief, no more crying, no more pain. The things you are struggling with right now, the things that feel so overwhelming and so permanent, they are, in the grand sweep of eternity, light and momentary compared to the eternal weight of glory being prepared for you. The trials you are enduring are not the end of your story. They are part of the journey to your true and permanent home. This hope is not an escape from your present life. It is the fuel for it. It gives you the endurance to keep going through the hard seasons, knowing they are temporary. It gives you the courage to stand for what is right, knowing that justice will ultimately and completely prevail. It gives you the urgency to share my love with the people around you, knowing that time is genuinely precious. Keep your heart right with me. Keep doing the good works I have set before you, and live each day with joyful expectation, because the best, the very best, is yet to come. And now, my dear child, I want you to hear this final and most important invitation. All the truths you have received today, the forgiveness, the grace, the protection, the healing, the freedom, the inheritance, the joy, the authority, the unchanging love, all of it is yours. But there is one key to experiencing all of it in your actual, daily real life rather than just knowing it as information. That key is abiding. Stay in me. Remain in me. Live in conscious, constant connection with me. Abiding in me means waking up each morning and reminding yourself that you are unconditionally loved by God, and letting that truth shape everything that follows. It means making my word not just a book you read, but the home your mind lives in, the lens through which you see the world. It means cultivating an ongoing conversation with me through prayer, talking to me about everything in your life, and learning to listen for my voice in the quiet moments. It means resting in my love, rather than straining to earn it. This is not one more thing to add to your spiritual to-do list. It is a posture of the heart. It is the posture of a branch effortlessly connected to its vine. It is the posture of a child living securely in their Father's house, not working to earn their place at the dinner table every night, but simply living in the love and provision that are already there. You do not find peace by striving for it. You find it by abiding in the Prince of Peace. You do not find joy by chasing it. You find it by abiding in my presence, where there is fullness of joy. You do not produce fruit by effort. You produce it by staying connected to the vine. All of these promises are yours right now. My arms are open wide. The invitation stands, clear and warm and certain. Run to me. Find your true home in me. Stop striving and start abiding. This is not just a beautiful message. This is your life. This is your unshakable hope. This is your eternal reality. Beloved, we are committed to spreading hope, faith, and the message of Jesus Christ to people around the world. If you would like to help us continue this work, please visit our Ko-Fi or PayPal links below. Your kindness means more than words can express. My dear child, this entire journey we have taken together today, through every truth and every promise and every word of love, it all leads to this one final invitation. Come home. You have been trying to carry too much for too long. You have been striving when I called you to rest, hiding when I called you to come near, doubting when I have given you every reason to trust. Today, let all of that go. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. You are not too much or too little or too late. You are simply my child, and my arms have been open and waiting for you all along. Come to me with your exhaustion, and I will give you rest. Come to me with your shame, and I will replace it with grace. Come to me with your broken pieces, and I will make you whole. Come to me with your fear, and I will surround you with a peace that makes no natural sense, but holds you completely. Come to me with your doubt, and I will anchor your soul in truth. Come to me with your past, and I will redeem every single piece of it. Come to me with your future, and I will fill it with a hope that cannot disappoint. This is the whole of the good news in its simplest, most beautiful form. You are loved, completely, unconditionally, eternally loved, not because of anything you have done or will ever do, but because of who I am, and I am never changing. So this love is never changing. It is yours today, tomorrow, and for every day that follows into an eternity that your heart can barely begin to imagine. Believe this good news, my dear child, not just in your mind as a theological truth. Let it travel all the way down into the deepest, most tired, most hopeless part of your heart. Build your entire life on this, because it is not just a message. It is the truest, most solid, most beautiful reality that has ever existed. It is your foundation. It is your freedom. It is your home. And it is yours right now, completely and forever. Amen. If this message has touched your heart today, please like this video and leave a heartfelt amen in the comments below. And if you want to keep receiving words of truth and encouragement like this one, subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell so you never miss a message. You are deeply loved, and there is so much more waiting for you here.